Today on The Boundary Says, hold on. On this episode of Luke Who's Talking, I'm going to talk about shipping, toast, and spit. That one's a disgusting story. It really is. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of the Luke Who's Talking podcast with me, Luke, number 28. We are well and truly halfway to 50, and even though it's going to be a while before episode 50 even exists, I've got a plan for it. Yeah, thinking ahead. Anywho, now let's get into the first story I've got for you. Now, shipping. Let's talk about shipping. Shipping here in Australia is ordinary, to say the least. It's pretty average, especially here on the island, because, if something's coming from a major city, it has to get to a dock and then get from the dock to the island and then goes to, I think, maybe the capital city of the island and then back to where I am, which isn't the capital city of the island. So it's just takes too long to get anything. But so this story I've got for you is ridiculous. So I ordered 3 items off of the same website. So I bought I bought 3 pairs of shoes. I bought 2 for myself, and it was my brother's birthday recently, so I bought a pair for him. So I bought 3 pairs of shoes, all in the same transaction. Okay, bought 3 pairs. However, all 3 pairs of shoes came up in 3 separate deliveries. They came 3 separate packages on 3 separate deliveries. Now, one pair came before the others. So, let's just say Tuesday, for example, one pair came, right? Nothing come Wednesday. And then on Thursday in the morning, a pair was delivered. And then in the afternoon, a pair was delivered. Why? Why couldn't these 3 pairs of shoes I bought in the one transaction all just turn up together? Is that too hard to figure out? Shoe store. I'm not going to say the name. It's just ridiculous. I bought 3 pairs of shoes. I just want all 3 of them to come in one big old box together. Okay, not one pair come on one day and then 2 days later have 2 separate deliveries for the other 2 pairs. How ridiculous is that? Jeez. However, at least I didn't have to pay for postage because I spent, I think it was something like you spend over $120, $120 or $130, you get free delivery. So I spent over that amount, so I didn't have to pay postage. But I think the postage anyway is flat rate, like $10, which is decent. But yeah, why did my 3 pairs of shoes come via 3 separate deliveries? Why not all come together in one huge big old box? That just makes too much sense, obviously, for that to happen. Ridiculous. I'm going to have to consult with Postman Pat about this. Good old Patty, knick-knack, paddywhack. What's going on? So there's been a bit of a situation happen in the household, and that is the toaster has chucked it in. The toaster has broken down. Well, actually, I'll say that we now have a new toaster, but the previous toaster, which we have had for, I think, a little bit over a year, broke down. Cooked. Yeah, so the toaster's broken down. So, as I think anybody would know that toast is, I'm gonna say it's a breakfast staple here in Australia. You got to have toast with some sort of condiment on it, preferably Vegemite, good old black yeasty Vegemite on your toast. But if not, peanut butter, and other spreads are available. But peanut butter, toast, I think it's a breakfast staple here in Australia. So if you don't have a toaster to have toast, it's a bit of a situation indeed. So yeah, our toaster broke down, However, we haven't been going without toast. Or, well, when we did, we now, of course, have a new toaster, but the few days when we didn't have a toaster, we didn't go without toast because I thought to myself, I'm going to use the sandwich press. We have like one of those grill sandwich. You go to a cafe and you get like a panini and you say, yeah, I'll have it toasted. And they put it in the sandwich press thing. We have one of them. So I've been putting my bread in there and crumpets and whatever else so I can have a toast or, warmed bread or whatever. Well, toast really, it's just warm bread, isn't it really? Like stale bread, but with a tan. Could you say, is that toast? I don't know. So, yeah, we had, I was using one of them. I was using that, and it was working okay. But because the top of it is like, it's heavy, the bread was getting flat. So I had flat pancake bread of sorts, but it was fine. It worked out. It was okay. We now have a new toaster, which my mum got from Target. Yeah, she got a toaster from Target, and it was like $20 or whatever. I can't see it lasting. Where the quality other one we had was a quality Sunbeam. So, and that didn't even last, only a little bit over a year. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Target one lasts. And you get a new toaster, and then you have to. It takes you a bit of time. It's a trial and error on the dial. It'd be good if it was just, I think the old toaster might have been on like 2.5, 3. This one's on 2, and you might crank it up to 3, but then your toast comes out burnt. It's just, that is a big talking point. I think toaster dial, just getting it right. Oh my goodness. But the toaster chucked it in. So I was using the sandwich press instead, which, if I'm honest, I think was a ingenious solution to a problem that should never have existed in the first place. I absolutely think so. I really wish I could use that quote just there as the title for podcast, but it's way too long. An ingenious solution to a problem that should never have existed in the first place. Yeah, because a toaster should last more than a year. Gee. Yeah, this last story I've got for you, bit of a warning. It is disgusting. I'm going to say that. It is disgusting. It's not the best. So the last I think, was it last podcast? I wasn't, or the one before that. I can't remember. I think it's the last one. I was like, I might cough up a lung. Oh, let's get into the stories. Lol. So I get to start. Anyway, so I had been coughing up some sputum. I'm going to call it sputum because that's what the doctor calls it. The physio calls it sputum. So basically it's phlegm. So the other morning I was driving to work. It was about 6 o'clock, 6 a.m. I was driving to work. And I had a bit of a cough whilst driving, and I had coughed up, some stuff, and it was in my mouth. And I wanted this slime out of my gob, right? So I was driving down the highway, and I thought, I can't wait until I get to where I park to get out and spit it. I've got to take action. I've got to do something. So I put the window down, took my foot off all the pedals, and sort of coasted, put my head out the window, spat. I thought, it's out of my mouth. Good. However, the spit got blown back into the car. Well, not exactly back into the car, but it was on the inside of the door where, the window goes up on the door pillar. That's what they call it, yeah. It was on the door frame. So I thought, oh, God. I was happy that gob wasn't in my mouth anymore, but then I wasn't happy that it was on the door of the car, on the inside. So I kept driving with the window down. It was pretty cold. Kept driving until the window was down to where I parked my car, then got a tissue out of my bag and wiped the gob off the window. Nice gob on the window. It was pretty unsavoury, for sure. It was pretty unsavoury indeed. But, I suppose my goal was to get the stuff out of my mouth. I didn't want it in there. I didn't want to swallow it. So I did that. However, it didn't go out the window, which was quite annoying. Well, everybody, that is it for this episode of the podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. You can tweet me L_who's talking. We're on the Facebooks, or of course you can send me an email at lukewho'stalkingpod@gmail.com. I was about to burp. I always have to think about what the podcast email is. You'd think I'd have it written down on my notes here, but I don't because, I'm that kind of person. Yeah, anyway, I'll catch you next time. Hope everybody enjoyed the episode and, like, comment, subscribe if you want to. Share it with a friend, all that jazz, and I'll catch you later. Bye.